Hello guys, my name is Kene and I'm so excited to be here today. Right, now this is the task for today. We are going to use something called regular expressions, in Python. We are going to use that to validate an email or check if a user's input contains only alphanumeric characters. Do you understand? So that's what we're going to do today. And guys, please, you don't need to memorize these characters or these regular expressions in Python. There are resources online that you could use to get exactly what it is you want. All right, so I'm just going to share my screen now. All right. That's okay. Let me have the entire desktop. All right. So here it is, guys. First, I'm going to import the module regular expression, just like that. Right? That's it. And then the next thing now, I'm going to ask the user to type in something. So I'll collect that in a variable called string, str, input. Let's say type in a sentence, type in a sentence. Okay, I think that should be, or a string of characters, whatever it is. And then the next thing, okay, it shouldn't be a sentence. In this case, let's say type in a set of characters. Type in a set of characters for this. Then the next thing we want to do is to create the pattern. So there's a pattern you want to search for. You want to, use to determine if there is something present or not in your string. So I'm just going to get that in a variable. Remember, our question is, guys, let's get it. We're trying to get input from the user, and then we check if the input contains only alphanumeric characters. Now, if it does, we need to display a message to the user. So something like true or false, or it contains alphanumeric characters only, or it does not contain alphanumeric characters only, just something like that. All right, so I'll continue. And here, this is quite easy to memorize, but for the other one we'll be looking at, that is validating emails, I will just, copy that expression and then just explain what it means. But for this, I will just, please guys, take notes. I'll give the explanation afterwards. I'm going to start with this caret, and after that, I will use this term, guys, just the backward slash and W, the small W, please. Then after that, I'm going to use the plus sign and the $sign. Now, what does this mean here, guys? This caret here shows that, oh, okay, I want to check for characters beginning from the left and then moving to the right. That's what it means here. So check for characters beginning from the left and then moving to the right. This here, W, is just going to check if what is imputed is an alphanumeric character. That's just what it does. So you need to, the W there should be preceded by a backward slash. Then after that, please, you might be wondering, what about this W here? Okay, guys, now the check or the search should be done more than once. That's what this W is saying. So it's kind of greedy in its search. It's going to search for that particular character more than once. That's what this W is doing here. And then we end with the $, which is also, okay, now, again, you just have to check, look for the character beginning from the right, then moving leftwards. That's just what this $, is doing here. So I've got that, my search criteria. Then the next thing I want to do now is to compile to get the pattern. Just a moment, guys, just a moment. Okay, I got interrupted. I call. Okay, so we continue. So now I have my pattern there. I'm going to compile that into a variable I'm going to call pattern. Simple as that. And then what am I going to do? I'll use the class here and use something called the compile method. So I'm going to compile my search criteria. All right. So what am I going to give there as the argument? That should be what I have there, the criteria. Then the next I want to do now is to actually do the searching. And so I'm going to call the search method to actually search for the characters that I need or do not need. All right. So the next now, I'm going to say re.search. Okay. And what arguments would it take? This would take, for my purpose here, 2 arguments. That pattern that I want to use my searching, and also the string that I want to search. So I have to supply the pattern first in that order. The pattern, and then what string? Remember the input from the user, which I stored in this variable string. Okay, so now I could now convert that response to a Boolean that is true or false, because what this search method here returns is an object, a match object. So if it doesn't find a match, oh, okay, it's just going to return none. But if there is a match, it will return information about the match that has been achieved here, kind of. So in this case, I need to save this in a variable, whatever is returned, my search, that way. And I will just call this as Boolean, just as bool, because I want to convert it to a Boolean value here. So that my search, which is either none or object, a match object, converted to Boolean value, just this way. And that's it. So I know that this will be true or false, as bool is true or false. And I'm just going to print as bool. Okay. All right. So let's see, guys. Run. Type in characters rather. I should say Kene. That's true. So it returns true. I hope you can see. And okay, so that shows that I have alphanumeric characters only, though in this case there are no numbers. But let's say I run this program again. This time I make it Kene 2. Kene 2. Let's see. So it returns true because, you know, I have alphanumeric characters. Again, let's now try something that has a special character. Say Kene with a $sign. False, because, you know, the $sign isn't an alphanumeric character. Okay, so that's that, guys. How to check. Now, this is also going to return true if the letter is capital or, you know, a small case letter. It doesn't matter. Let's see. I'll run program again. This time I'm going to use a capital letter. Okay, so the E there is capital. So it's also true. So that's how you search, okay? All right. But what if, you know, I actually want to show the distinction between small letters and capital letters? So in that case, I'm not going to use this W here. No. I'm just going to use this. Now there's something here, guys. A to Z and then 0 to 9. So anything that is part of these this range, A to Z, 0 to 9, would return true at the end of the day. But it has to be, the letters have to be small case letters, okay? Because that's what we indicated here in this case. And then, of course, the search should be done more than once. That's why we still have this plus sign. Do you understand? Okay. So, sorry guys, I need to take this off, the escape key. So let's see if that's correct. Okay, true. Let's run again. This time we'll add a capital letter. Okay, false. You see, guys, that it's false because of the capital E. So that's how you check if the letter or the set of letters actually contains a capital letter. If it does, then it should return false. But if I don't want to make any distinction between a capital letter and a small letter, then I just think that it's best to use the backward slash and the W, right? But in this case as well, I could also just still put the criterion here, A to Z, anything from A to Z. But this time you see that I have asked that the system should also check if the characters are capital letters and return true if so. So in this case now, even if I have capital E, it will still get true as the result returned. Okay. So let's run this. Okay, this time it should be true because I have A to Z. All right, guys. So I hope we have learned something. Now, in the next video, we'll see how to validate emails, you know. So thank you for listening. I hope we learned something. Have a nice day.